Hey, Bear here. I came up with a little tool called Unreal Reels. Basically, the inspiration for this thing is I get a bunch of sort of fake AI stuff like a little bear kissing a kid or a tiger fighting a dog or something like that popping up on my newsfeed all the time. So, since the technology can make things that look like sort of real iPhone footage, my thing is, well, why not use that for real art? Why not use that to tell a story? So I got ahead and did that. I'll put links to this at the end, a little clips from it. I made the story of Santa for "Twas the Night Before Christmas" as a like somebody shot following Santa just random clips with an iPhone. And then I created a little tool. It's a GP2 tool. I also created a gem and other tools, but it's pretty simple. What you do is you just do the command like song and type in "Twas the Night Before Christmas." And what it does is it creates a bunch of prompts for you in sort of this realistic, gritty iPhone style. It also sequences, and the reason why there's a number here is most like text to image tools, they use the prompt in the title. So by putting a nonsense thing that it's not going to interpret at the beginning, allows me to more easily find what is in what order, A0, A1, et cetera, et cetera. So this just allows me to sequence it, but the number won't tell it anything because it has no meaning, has no information. So it'll just skip that and build the rest of it. I also created a couple little more focused styles. So one is called Tiffany. It's sort of the breakfast Tiffany looks. It's a fairly extensive set of rules for how to shoot in this style. I will, including the camera angles, colors, types of cameras you use, all kinds of stuff. I also created one called Colorful. This is a much more vibrant style. And I'll create others. Right now, there's just two additional styles. The default style is just sort of a iPhone style without any, just gritty iPhone, light cam, trailer cam sort of stuff. I created a couple styles, which are still on iPhone, but they're more like a professional photographer was using an iPhone to create a very particular style. The only two styles I have now are Colorful. Again, I'll put it at the end. And Tiffany, which is more just sort of an elegant breakfast at Tiffany's kind of style. So anyway, I'll put a link to the page up here. We're also going to, on Humanitarians, just put a sequence called Unreal Reels. And the first one is Night Before Christmas, but I'll also put this thing up there and just all things we do. So the basic idea here is pretty simple. It just use all this stuff, which is sort of going around these sort of fake AI reels to be creative and tell a real story. Pretty soon there'll be games like this where you or your kid will decide what to look at. They'll essentially have an iPhone that goes through the Wizard of Oz, and rather than it being a sequence where sort of like a film, it's decided for you to look at. Whoever is using it can decide what they want to look at. So anyway, I won't get into that too much, but this is mainly about this little tool here called Unreal Reels. What it does is you just type in a story or you type in lyrics and you get a sequence of prompts, which basically sort of tells you how to shoot that in sort of a gritty, iPhone-y way. And there's a couple additional ones, Colorful and Tiffany's, which is sort of like if a professional photographer was using iPhone, what would it look like? And I'll add more of those. Okay? Take care.